Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Don Singletary and today we've got a live trade of the week coming up using the NASDAQ100 Micro Emini. I'll have that and more coming up right away. Now I know you recognize these names going across the screen, so you'll understand why the NASDAQ100 is commonly called a tech stock index. And it has a value of roughly $11,500 of today's date, $2 a point. This is a 1/10 size contract, so you'll get to control about $23,000 for putting up just a few $100s of margin money. That's a high leverage of 50 or 52 to 1, and it's a very risky trading and not suitable for everyone. And most day traders do not succeed, but you do get a chance to turn a little bit of money into a lot of money. To help you out on the channel, we have the book available, see the text below, and over 50 videos of free training for you, and they're all about one thing, day trading the Micro Eminis. Be sure and subscribe to the channel, click the bell, you'll be notified, but only when we put up a new trading video. Time now for the live trade of the week with the NASDAQ100, so stand by. Really excited about the trade this morning. The market opened at 9:30. This is October 8th, 2020. And I sold a NASDAQ 100 Micro Emini at 11,511 and a quarter at a time of 10:19. That's Eastern time. Now, the reason I sold this contract and didn't sell it earlier in the day was I wanted to watch this volatility. You see the tall candlesticks from 9:30 till 10 when the market opened. I wanted to wait and make sure that this market was going to go down, and it kept building, as you can see there in the red circle with a sell signal, the green below the red, and both well below the zero line. So I finally pulled the trigger on this and sold one of the Micro Emini NASDAQ 100s there. I'm using my standard screen setup here with the 5-minute candlesticks and the 12/26/9 MACD in the lower panel on the screen. So I'm just getting underway here with this, and what's going to be different about this trade today, this is live trading on the screen right now. What's going to be different is this trade begins to go against me right after I place it, and I'm going to zoom in just a second so you can see. We sold it 11,511 and a quarter, and it's trading up to 11,515, and kind of trying to decide where it wants to go. But I still have confidence the market's going down because of the MACD and that strong negative momentum that I showed you a moment ago on the chart. And I'm using the setup here on Tastyworks. If you can see that the graphics are fantastic, and I recommend it for beginners. For more information on that, look for the broker tab in the text below the video. 516 now, 518, 11,518 is where we are on the trade. So we're down, but not very much. At $2 a point at 518, it's $15, something like that. But it's going to get a little bit more out of line in just a moment. Watch and see what happens. And we're watching a live screen, and down $20, $23, whatever, 3 minutes into the trade. And I go back and check my MACD, and it still says strong downward momentum. I'm not getting any of it yet. And I'm about $20, $24 down in the trade, something like that. So let's watch the live screen here and see what comes next. I decided that I would sell a second contract, and I did so. And the average price now of the two contracts is $11,516. I sold the second one at $11,520, or close to that. So now you see on the screen I'm 2 contracts short. Now, 2 contracts short at $2 a point for each is each 1 point now represents $4. And my MACD, as you see down there in the lower right corner, the negative momentum still very, very good on this trade, and I'm hoping it turns in my favor any time now. I'm not panicked about it. The MACD is so strong downward that I really feel confident that something really bad probably won't happen with this trade. So I'm avoiding the risk now. I have my finger on the trigger in case I need it. 4 minutes into the trade, you see I'm up about $13 now, and the market seems to be trading at about 11,513, somewhere in that area. And let's watch the live screen again as the trade progresses. This is going to be a fairly short trade, so I'm going to leave the live screen on the entire time of the trade here. We're just about even money there, $3. But anyway, I made a decision. I want to put a bracket order in because I want to get control over this trade. You see the three parts of it there. The trade price, we know I'm short 2 contracts at 11,516. Now, the red box up top, 11,520. That's 4 points above where I shorted the 2 contracts at $4 a point. That makes my worst case scenario now. It's going to be a loss of $16 on the trade. Now, I have to enter the close at a profit trade. It's arbitrary. I could have picked any number, but I decided that 10,505 is, or 11,505 is where I would start. And if I need to change that as the trade moves on, I'm prepared to do that. But right now, I've entered this bracket order. One cancels the other. Whichever of these orders fires first, it cancels the other one. So I'm pretty much on automatic pilot, so to speak, now. And I'm getting down at 507, 508, very close to my 11,505. But you see, I have total control over the trade now. I know the worst that can happen, and I'm hoping that I get filled here, and the market might trade down to 11,505, and bam, it does right there. So I just made a profit of $44 in 6 minutes on the trade. Maximum drawdown was about $30, and based on the margin deposit, I made about 5% on that money in about a 6-minute time period. And of course, I gave myself control over this trade the moment I entered that bracket order. That is risk control, folks. You have to set your parameters here. I was willing to lose up to $16 and wound up making 44. I picked that 11,505 closing price a little bit arbitrarily, but it was close to where the market was trading. And I was beginning to be a little uncertain about where it was going to go. Now, with the genius of hindsight now, this is 10:30, 5 minutes after I closed the trade, I would have been at 11,510 and only made $20 instead of 44. But look down at the bottom there. 1 minute later, after I closed the trade, the market went down 11,488. I would have made an additional $33 or so. So I would have made $77 instead of only 44. But you can't do a perfect trade. I keep saying over and over, you always, it's the crux of good trading, is risk management, rule number 1. And also, you have to be able to make a decision without all the information you need to make a perfect trade. It's just impossible to do that. So get used to the idea you have to make decisions without enough information. That's what trading and speculation is all about. At 10:36 there, I would have held on another 11 minutes for the trade. It would have been down $31, but I would have had my stop order in and I would have lost 16. So there you go. That's a great example in this trade of averaging in, selling that second contract, and also being able to exercise some risk control where the trade wouldn't get out of hand on me, and that way I can keep a more level head while I'm trading. And that is a very important thing to learn. Now, if you're new to trading, it's like somebody applying for a job, their first job. They don't have any experience, but the job says you need experience to get the job. It's a paradox, a catch-22. And getting confidence in your trading somewhat works that way. I mean, if you're new, I tell you, take control of that trade. Avoid the risk. Get in there, charge. Protect your capital above everything else. But if you're new, you don't really know how to do that yet. So you got to rely on your practice trading, and you watch all these live trading videos. I was really glad that when this morning turned out this particular way, because it's a good time to bring up something I say often, and that is The thing you have to do is be able to make decisions without having all the information you need. Get used to that mindset. That's what you're going to have to learn to do. And sometimes it's very counterintuitive, especially until you gain some experience in it. Remember the adage I put in a couple of videos ago that new traders are obsessed with how much money can I make. But the traders that last, the professional traders, the traders who have experience, they're obsessed with what? Risk management, preservation of capital, rule number 1. And you see what rule number 2 is down there. But you nearly need to get a mindset for these things as you go along. When you're practicing, that's one of your goals, is to be able to get that mindset, which in turn will allow you to develop some confidence over time. And remember to look in the text below this video for the book link. It makes it easier and faster to learn when you have all that information and the notes and everything in one place. And don't forget to look for the practice tab below too to see how you can improve your practice trading. I have a whole video there with some great tips for that. So check out the book if you will. The proceeds from that book support the free videos here on the channel. And don't forget, the trades I do on the channel are all done with Tastyworks. It's a broker I trust and recommend for beginners especially, and even for advanced traders. It has many advanced features. But the nice thing about Tastyworks is that you can just click 3 times and go from any screen number 1, 2, or 3 with one click. You can see the chart, you can enter a trade, or you can take a summary of your positions. Just one click is all it takes to get from any of those screens to the other. And it's a great way to learn, and it's a really fast learning curve too. Tastyworks. Check out the broker link in the text below. Thanks for being along today. I really think today's trade had some good lessons in there to think about. Be sure to remember you can do a screenshot and then print out the pages and put them in your trade journal if you need to. I'm Don Singletary. I hope every day is a payday for you, and thank you.